in this video do I see this person taking responsibility for the fact that you shouldn't have gotten on a plane without a valid visa in the first place. Some Nigerians are just allow themselves to be used for channel engagement, for traffic. Because why would you say you were deported? You weren't deported. You were refused entry on the basis of not having a visa, not talk of even having a landing card. You have already showed disrespect for the immigration laws of that country. Because if you rate them there, you will not jump on the plane. Can you try that to some other countries where American citizens need a visa for? I'm saying you now reapplied while you were at the airport. Like some Nigerians have gone to the point where they automatically want to criticize the country for anything. So when this guy comes up and he posts this video, already people are already there. They apologize. We are so sorry. We are sorry for who is we? As much as there were some dumb comments, a lot of Nigerians and called him out on this BS. Let's be honest, will anyone board a plane to Europe or America without visa approval? Just because it's Africa, we must throw sentiment out. Some countries even cancel an approved visa on arrival. Law is law. All this treated badly is a one-sided story. How do you travel without a visa? How is he preaching Pan-Africanism while bashing Nigeria when he's 100% on the wrong? He started his video with talking about how he wanted to do charity in Nigeria. That guy is boldly gaslighting Nigerians in a disrespectful way. The entitlement of having a US passport. If he loves Africa so much, what happened to his ECOWAS passport? Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, I hope you will stay and you join the family. So guys, there's this video that's been going viral. I am assuming that majority of you might have seen it. It's been going viral on Instagram. This influencer, Swaggy Mo, I have actually posted some of his videos on my channel at some point or the other because he's always showed love to Nigeria. Now I'm questioning though, but at least then it always seemed like, he showed love to Nigeria. He talks positively about Nigeria, give them their flowers and this and this. So yeah, I've covered him sometimes. He's a Senegalese, but I think he's also American, so Senegalese American, right? And I remember when I saw a clip or like the post he had on Instagram where he was talking about he's finally going to visit Nigeria, blah blah blah. I was actually excited. I was like, oh, finally you're also going to not just talk about Nigeria but actually visit, right? So I was like, okay, nice. And then only for me to see this post, I just started going viral everywhere where he is talking about being deported from Nigeria. Deported. So what he said was he did not have an approved visa. He had left the US to Nigeria without an approved visa, without a landing card, right? He supposedly had submitted an application. It had not gone through. There was no confirmation that it was successful or that visa had been approved, but it got on a plane anyways. So the plan was to get to Nigeria and then have them check or whatever. He has a friend in Nigeria who had invited him to a wedding, and so he expected that they would sort it when he gets to Nigeria or whatever, right? And then he gets to Nigeria. It didn't work out as expected, obviously, and he talks about how he didn't like the way he was treated. They could have treated him better. They're just telling him, go there, stand there, whatever. Like it was humane the way he was treated and blah, blah, blah. And, he does not think he would ever go to Nigeria again. He's traumatized from his experience and this. And this guy has gone on to make 3-part series at this point. I think at this point it's going to be a seasonal film. We should be expecting maybe a 10 episode at this point. So it's clearly milking the situation for everything that it's worth, right? The reason why I am using this term, I wouldn't have said is milking the situation, but I'm going to tell you why. So first of all, I would say that the choice of word that he has chosen on that video, like the caption he had chosen on that video alone, shows lack of integrity. Because why would you say you were deported when you were refused entry? You weren't deported. You were refused entry on the basis of not having a visa, a valid visa. You were refused entry. A deportation happens when you have actually legally entered the country, like you've passed through the customs, you've passed through immigration, your passport, whatever, has been stamped that you have entered into a country legally, and then for some reason, whatever, you are removed That is a deportation. You were not deported. You were refused entry. So I feel like that caption alone was very clickbaity. It looked so much like a clickbait to me, right? To attract attention, to pull people's interest to that video. Secondly, is the complete lack of personal responsibility. Nowhere in this video do I see this person taking responsibility for the fact that you shouldn't have gotten on a plane without a valid visa in the first place. Complete lack of accountability. You were insisting on the way you were treated. It should have been better. It should have been this. It should have been this. Is it possible that, yeah, maybe you should have been treated better? Probably. And I say probably because we only have his own side of the story to assess this with. We have not been able to hear anything from side of immigration. So all we have to work with is what you have told us, right? But however, is it possible that, yes, maybe you were not treated great, maybe it was maybe even inhumane according to you? Then I would not condone that at all. That is not right, no matter the situation. However, the emphasis is on the fact that, oh, I was treated this way, not on the fact that maybe I should have gotten my affairs in order, right? And I see a lot of people in the comments talking about how, Nigeria is just this, is just this. After all, there is visa on arrival, there is this, there is this. If you had done your due diligence, you know that Nigeria has stopped issuing visa on arrival. There is no such thing, right? And I've even seen Americans. There's this particular American woman who is married to a Nigerian, and every time she's talking about it on her videos, like, not just your visa, don't just have your visa, make sure that you apply for your landing card 72 hours before you arrive. That the Nigerian immigration does not play about entry. That so make sure your visa is approved, but make sure that even your landing card has been applied for 72 hours before arriving. Here you have this guy, not only does not have an approved visa, not talk of even having a landing card, he has none of those. But somehow you expect that you arrive in the country, and then this thing is a criminal offense in some parts of the world. You have already showed disrespect for the immigration laws of that country by arriving there without a valid visa, but you expect them to treat you with respect. I actually asked ChatGPT. I was like, Chat, the question I asked was, Chat, what would happen if I, as a Nigerian citizen, somehow arrived at US or UK border control without a visa? So the first heading, if a Nigerian citizen arrives without a visa, what happens immediately? You are stopped at the port of entry. Border officers check your passport and see no valid visa. Entry is automatically refused. There is no discretion here, meaning that the officer is not going to say, okay, maybe on the basis of maybe you can't. No. Then you are taken to a secondary inspection area, not jail, but not free to leave. Okay, you are taken to an inspection area. It's not a jail, it's more like a detention area where you are not allowed to leave. Your details are recorded, so that's your passport, biometrics, reason for arrival, and then you are issued an expedited removal decision. Consequences: you are put on next available flight back, often same day or next day. You may receive a 5-year ban from entering the US. This refusal stays on your immigration record permanently. Any future US visa applications become much harder because you must disclose this incident. Now, for the UK, if a Nigerian citizen arrives without a visa at the UK border, what happens immediately? You are stopped by UK border force. No visa, automatic refusal of leave to enter. Then you are held in a controlled waiting area or short-term holding facility. An official refusal notice is issued explaining why. Consequences: you are removed on the next available flight. You may receive a re-entry ban. The refusal is recorded and must be declared in all future UK visa applications. Future UK visas face extra scrutiny. Now, important clarifications. This is where I like the most. Important clarifications. This trips people up. Number one, I'll explain at the border does not work. 2, others were allowed in is irrelevant. 3, the system is unfair, does not change the law. Landing cards, return tickets, hotel bookings mean nothing without a visa. You know, it's how this guy was trying to really play on our emotions for me. I was almost feeling bad at one point before I was like, wait, use your sense here, not emotions. Because
ever step foot in Nigeria again for the rest of my life if I can avoid it. I just got deported from Nigeria, and it was the most dehumanizing, humiliating experience ever in my life. And it wasn't just because I was getting deported, but it's because how I was treated. And it's absolutely breaking my heart that I have to make this video, because if you know me, you know my love for Nigerians. I'm another African man just like you, bro. The blue passport that I carry don't mean nothing, bro.
Oh dear, I don't know if this is gaslighting or just plain foolishness. The blue passport you hold does not mean anything. So the immigration deals with the skin complexion rather than your documentation. Maybe I should go to Egypt then without an approved visa and tell them it doesn't matter that my passport is green. I'm an African like them. The immigration has no business. It's what you look like or what you sound like. It is whatever documentation you have on you that they will process.
Oh, you guys are finally doing a good job. I'm just like, and mind you, this is the same guy that I was trying to upgrade my flight with. Maybe it was just not meant for me to go to Nigeria, but it's just the way I was treated that really broke my heart by people that look exactly like me.
By people that look exactly like me. Oh, the emotional play here, the gaslighting is unreal, I'm telling you. So the law does not apply to you because you look like them. I mean, hey, this manner of thinking is beyond flawed. And let me just say that no country you get to their border without having a valid visa or having followed due process is going to treat you nicely. In some parts of the world, you actually be treated like a criminal. Maybe they'll be commended on a good job because you couldn't big man your way out of that with your powerful passport, and you could not bribe your way out of it and had to have proper documentation like everybody else.
So this is the last video I'm going to make on this, because I just genuinely, I'm uncomfortable really having to talk about this thing, because it's not just about, oh, it's Nigerians, but now it's legit. Like, I put myself in the same shoes as y'all. I don't look at these colonial borders as like legit. Y'all are my brothers and sisters. Like, and I just want things to get better for y'all, for all of us, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of me trying to look down or trying to look down upon anybody. That's the last thing I want to do. There's not one African country that I want to go to and trying to like distinguish or differentiate myself from, because it really does not. I'm truly a Pan-Africanist at heart, like really.
Pan-Africanist, but decided not to travel with his Senegalese passport. We should have allowed him to travel to Nigeria visa-free. No, he's a Pan-Africanist but decided to travel with his American passport to another African country. You know why I like this part the most of important clarifications? Because I am truly embarrassed for some Nigerians. I am truly ashamed of some people. Like some Nigerians have gone to the point where they automatically want to criticize the country for anything. They don't want to be informed. They don't want to even know the logistics or the, understand the situation. They just want to criticize. Don't worry. They do it like it is a paid job. Like the moment they hear anything, oh, the country is the absolute worst in the world. There is nowhere that is worse than it. Whatever you say, don't worry. Nigeria is the worst. Nigeria is the worst of all. Don't worry. Whatever you say. And so when this guy comes up and he posts this video, already people are already there. They apologize. We are so sorry. We are sorry. We are sorry. We are sorry for who is we? Who is we exactly? Please speak for yourself. Who is we? Please speak for yourself. After all, they could have made an exception for him. He could have gotten a visa on arrival. They could have done this. They could have done this. If you go to the immigration website, it clearly states there that you need at least 3 business days for your visa to be worked on and to be approved. And you know, another thing I actually noticed in this whole conversation that this guy had is that nowhere in that conversation does it say exactly when he applied for that visa. Meaning that this guy probably is not telling the truth. There's a lie, there's a loophole somewhere. Because nowhere do you even say this is the timeline of when you apply for the visa. You're now saying you now reapplied while you were at the airport. It is a total disregard for and you're saying, oh, this thing was down. If the system was not down, they would have known that it would have worked out, blah, blah, blah. Oh, maybe the system was down. And please, I am not making any excuse for the Nigerian immigration system, or maybe it was down, maybe it's dysfunctional sometimes, maybe they are disorganized sometimes, and whatever. Maybe Maybe it was, but tons and tons of people have arrived in Nigeria in the last week alone, and nobody has complained of this. Maybe because they applied for their visa on time. Maybe because they didn't apply for their visa 10 hours before they were actually bound to travel. Maybe because they didn't apply for their visa after actually arriving in Nigeria and doing it at the airport. Is this me saying that, the immigration does not bear any responsibility if truly it was because this thing was down? Absolutely not. Yes, it is. They should work on that. The system should be such that you can make changes, you can update your application at any time if you need to. However, if you are doing your due diligence and applied on time, you cannot tell me, because the website clearly states that it is 3 working days it takes. So you cannot tell me that if you had applied for your visa a week in advance before your travel, whatever issues would have come up wouldn't have been sorted before you traveled. But no, you decided to waste the God knows when. I don't even, some parts of me does not even believe that this guy applied for any visa. Some parts of me does not believe. I feel like he just got on that plane and then got to Nigeria and realized, oh, okay, I can't just fumble my way out of this or bribe my way out of this or brag with my American passport privilege. So let me quickly submit something online. That's what it sounds like to me. Because why don't you tell us exactly when you applied? When did you submit? You say you submitted, but you didn't see it that it had gone through. You didn't see that it had been processed. You didn't see that it had been approved, but you got on a plane. You got on a plane. Who does that? Who does that? You didn't see that it had been approved, but you got on a plane and then you now get to the country and you're expecting them to treat you like what exactly? As per who are you? Like, I've seen enough videos of my. Do you guys remember this Nigerian girl in the UK that got married to a white British man, and then they came to Nigeria for the wedding? When she was showing us the whole process of how her husband was applying for a visa and everything, and in his own case there were some peculiar issues, so he had to, like, it took way more work for him to get his visa, the husband. And she was reiterating the fact that this is so important to avoid issues. Make sure your visa is approved. Make sure you get your landing card. I have seen videos of Americans talking about this. Like, if you do that, you minimize or even eliminate any issues you might have at the airport. Okay? The system has been cleaned up in such a way now that it is not a must I give them anything. If you feel like it, they might. I know that that's something, my part of the culture that we need to work on. But I know that after that incident that happened and blew up, it has been toned down a lot. If you get your affairs in order, you are going to pass through. People have been coming into this country in tons. Nobody's having issues. What I hate most about this issue, number one, is that this guy is still taking zero accountability. And what irritates me the most is what he posted on his last caption saying, this does not make me happy. I'm just paraphrasing here, but I'll put it on the screen. So basically saying, but the Nigerian tourism, something has been notified and they will work on this. Everything is input on the immigration, and I'm not seeing him taking any personal responsibility. You can imagine. And then it's going back and forth. No, it's not about this. The Nigerian, this thing could have been this, could have been this. What? Like, but I really like the fact that as much as some people are just, I have seen a lot of people as well in the comment section that have just been, I have seen a lot as well. Okay, as much as some people saying one thing, a lot, if not more, I've also been calling him out for the BS. They have been calling him out for the BS. Like, dude, you did not do your due diligence here. Okay, you cannot show disrespect for the immigration process by probably not even applying. But if you say you applied, you don't see the application through to see that, okay, it has been approved and I got my visa. But for some reason you jump on the plane. It already shows disregard for where you are going. You don't rate them there. It already shows disregard for where you are going. You don't rate them there, because if you rate them there, you will not jump on the plane. Can you try that to some other countries where American citizens need a visa for? American citizens need a visa, let's say for Pakistan or whatever. Will you jump on a plane to Pakistan without making sure that visa is approved? It's because you don't rate the country. You don't rate the country, just it as I will just do this, or I have a more powerful passport, so it doesn't matter. Because if it's not even the fact that you are thinking that somehow your American passport is greater and therefore affords you some kind of exceptions, you would have used your Senegalese passport, because the Senegalese passport would be an ECOWAS passport, which automatically means that you don't need a visa. But for some reason, you didn't use your Senegalese passport. Maybe you don't have it, I don't know. But if you had it, for some reason you decided not to use it, but to go with your American passport, clearly because you feel it's superior and would give you exceptions. I've seen some dumb comments and people saying he would have been allowed if it was a white man. Again, you know that these are people that have never left Nigeria. You know that these are people that travel is really an education. You see these people that have never left anywhere, that they have remained in one bush, in one part of. They are the ones that come online and make some. If it was a white man, they would have been. Have you seen what foreigners like deal with when they are processing their visa, just to make sure that they don't have any issues when they arrive? You don't even understand. The immigration system in Nigeria does not discriminate in that regard. Have your documentation. If you do not have your documentation, if you like be pink, if you like be green, if you like have an alien color, the law is the law. Ignorance, and that is why I'm saying again that I really, really, really loved that clarification from ChatGPT. I'm reading it on my phone here. It says, our exchange at the border does not work. Others were allowed in is irrelevant. The system is unfair, does not change the law. Landing cards, return tickets, hotel bookings mean nothing without a visa. So if you're feeling like, after all, I have booked my this, I have booked my this, no. I didn't know. I thought my friend was going to do the booking for me, and this. Yes, the Nigerian system can do better. Yes, the Nigerian system is this. Yes, for some people it is the worst. Yes, the system was down according to him. We can't verify this, but it was down, and this. Maybe all of those things are true. And yes, the system can definitely be improved. But does it absolve you of the responsibility that you should have done your due diligence? No, it doesn't. I'm very irritated by this whole thing, like coming online and seemingly demarketing Nigeria this way after you have said you're claiming love. To be honest, all of the videos I've seen so far, I just see a hypocrite. I see someone that lacks integrity coming on here and claiming you were deported, creating this clickbait thing to attract views. Now his channel has gotten views and engagement that it has not gotten in God knows how long. I was checking some of his last posts, and I was seeing comments like maybe 130 something comments, 4,000 something likes, and now he posted this one that has gotten 1,000 something comments. I think the very first post has over 4,000 comments as at now. Over, I don't even know, 1,000 comments. The second one also has almost 2,000 comments. The third one, the same thing. So at this point, I'm just seeing a content creator or influencer who is milking something for an engagement. And it's making me wonder if he even planned to visit Nigeria in the first place, and if this was just all about content in the first place. I'm questioning everything now. And I feel like some Nigerians are just allowed themselves to be used. Like some people now just come on here, mention the day in Nigeria for channel engagement, for traffic and everything. We don't even know who is genuine anymore. Because this is very suspicious in a lot of ways to me. And yeah, I am not impressed with this guy anymore. I am not impressed with this guy anymore. If all of these things was true, I feel like this guy would have addressed it in a way that would have showed me that this guy is being genuine. There's integrity in the way if he had taken responsibility on saying, oh, I should have done my part. But in every single video that this guy has done a whole 3-part series at this point, and nowhere has he taken accountability. It is the way I was treated. How did you expect to be treated? Even though, again, I'm not saying that if some of the, I don't even know, but if some of the claims is saying that maybe it was treated really horribly, we're not there, then maybe Nigerian immigration could have done better. Yeah, but you are not exempt from the blame. You could have done, this could have been avoided. There was this girl that was just bantering on this thing and kept dragging. Oh no, it would have been avoided if the immigration could have done this. It would have been avoided if only the immigration too had done this. It could have been avoided if he had made sure that he had an approved visa. It is not on the immigration to make sure that you do your due diligence about a country you are going to. But somehow Nigerians are so, like, it's a default setting to blame all the time that we forget sometimes those who should take responsibility for their actions. Like, anyways, I don't know if you guys want to see. Maybe I'll just put a little mashup of the clip from the guy, maybe of the 3 clips, and you can just see at the end. I didn't even want to watch some of them anymore because I'm just like, dude. Anyways, nobody can demarket Nigeria. Nobody. People have done it. The US, like Western media has done it. They have tried with the news that the country is on fire, this is happening. It has not stopped people yet. It has not stopped. So no one can demarket Nigeria. Even though he has claimed, he still loves Nigeria, I still did this. I just sense hypocrisy. I just sense hypocrisy. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. But anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know what you guys think of the video. And yeah, bye guys.